We should be live. It's really awkward if we're not. Alright, we are in fact live. Cool beans! Baby cool beans! Where's my Kirby music? I also don't have chat. I don't have chat. Oh my god, there's chat. Hey look, it's Damien Willow. What's up? How y'all doing? Once I get the Kirby music, won't feel as weird. Turn it up? Alright, I got you. I got you. We'll turn it up. Turn it up. Oh, my headphones are on backwards. Happy Halloween! It's gonna be Halloween in like half an hour for me. Dance Master is crazy. Low key. I'll go live one day randomly. It'll be unannounced. It'll be for like maybe a couple seconds, and it'll just be me like just fucking breaking it down sexual style, you know? And it'd be like, and everyone would be like, "Damn, dog, the white boy got the sauce." There we are. But yeah, so we're gonna hop into things in just a moment. Also, when I turned up the volume like to max, like I saw my XLR like peak real fucking bad, so I have no idea what the fuck it's gonna sound like. I'm gonna find out later. Special Halloween in the UK, so I said, no, yeah, you good. Happy Halloween. And it's gonna be Halloween in half an hour, so depending on how long the stream goes, it'll be Halloween whenever it ends. There we are. Alright. Discord has been pinged. So yeah, so today it's gonna be... We're gonna be ranking the Megas from Pokemon Z, Legends ZA. We'll be ranking all of the Pokemon games, right? The mainline games. That will be including the Pokemon XD and Pokemon Coliseum. Because I don't know if they technically count as mainline games, but I think they do. You can transfer Pokemon from them. So I think they're good enough. And what else? What else? If we have time, we're going to be ranking Pikmin. We'll also be ranking Pikmin. Like how good Pikmin are in Pikmin 4, because we have the Pikmin update coming out probably tomorrow. So that's going to be great. Well, the ghosts and spirits have started to materialize for this Halloween outside. Hell yeah. And let me put this over here. Bam. Also, if you don't like where something's placed, like on my tier list, that's fine. You know, you can speak your mind. Doesn't mean I'll take it seriously. But that is to come. Oh wait, hold on. I need this here. I need my Kirby music over here. Bam. I'm on either side of their street. I'm on another side. I have all the Pikmin games on Switch, but have yet to complete Pikmin 1. Pikmin's very good. Like, because it's tough saying which one is the best Pikmin game. Because they all have their really good pros and all have their really major cons, right? I think Pikmin 3 is probably one of the most, like, well-made Pikmin games, right? In terms of, like, balancing and everything. But it's still a pretty easy game. I think Pikmin 4 is probably a personal favorite because it's really easy to get in there and just, like, play. You know, Pikmin... Like, that does matter to me a lot. Is, like, how easy it is to sit down and play the game, you know? Like, Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2, you're thrown immediately into the action, right? Same thing with Pikmin 3, to an extent. In Pikmin 1, there's, like, a bit of a tutorial. But, like, you can skip that shit. So you can skip this shit now. 3 is really good. 3 is very, very good. Like, I need to think about which one's my favorite, because there's a recency bias for Pikmin 4. Depending on how good this update is for Pikmin 4, will determine, I think, how much I like it. Because if it's, like, actually difficult, or, like, a reasonable difficulty bump, where it's, like, okay, I can actually lose a sizable amount of Pikmin if I'm not paying attention, consistently, not just the final cave, because the big draw of Pikmin 4's difficulty was the final cave, then that'll determine that. But yeah. if you don't choose something, there's no argument. Yeah, exactly. But like, I mostly was just memeing. You know, it's like if you disagree with my tiers, it doesn't fucking matter. Who cares? Like, it's a tier list that I'm going to be making into YouTube videos. You know. Speaking of which, about time to start. It's about time to start. There we go, baby. You can see the. Okay, that's kind of bullshit. You can see the I forgot to edit the side of this. You can see the little fucking scroll wheel. No, fuck. We're gonna keep it. Fuck it, we ball. Pikmin sounds interesting. It's an incredible game series. Like, I recommend literally all of them. They're all very, very good, and they're all in interesting ways. But we'll be playing Pikmin 4, so if you haven't seen it, then, you know, that's gonna be happening probably next stream. Just picked up Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake for Switch. Hell yeah. I don't know shit about Dragon Quest. All I remember is whenever fucking Power came out, everyone was like, oh yeah, the designs are from Dragon Quest. And it's like, alright, man, kill yourself. It's like, I need to chill out. Alright. We're hopping into things. I need to start the recording. There we go. I'll probably record an intro in post, but we are recording at the same time as streaming. So everyone say hi YouTube video, say hi YouTube video. Everyone here right now is gonna be in the YouTube video. You don't have a choice. But yeah, Pokemon Legends ZA has some crazy ass megas. I like all of them. I'll be real. A good chunk of these I really like. A good chunk I just don't care for. So we're gonna go through it from not S through F as the other tiers. We're doing, are they based, are they cringe, or are they mid? I need to change this because mid is supposed to be in the middle. So now it's fixed. Subscribe and like, exactly. Imbor's based. We're gonna get to Imbor. We'll get to Imbor. But I believe this should be in Dex order. If it's not, then whatever. You can see. Oh, you see the cursor. Good. First things first, we're gonna get the Pikachu's out of the way, or I guess the Raichus, because those are not out yet. There's no stat drops for them, right? So we don't know anything about them. But at least the other ones, we could play them on Smogon. I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was Blunder and Pokeaim was doing stuff. So that'd be a lot of stuff. So who we got on screen right now? Oh yeah, we got all the ZA Megas. All the ZA Megas. We'll be going from each one. And actually, speaking of which, I should pull up a thing, another tab, just in case I need to look up stats, because I'm probably going to be referencing stats a lot. But yeah, so how Pokemon becomes based, mid, or cringe is based off a plethora of things, but mostly its design and how well it plays, right? Because if a Pokemon has a really cool design and it's really bad, then why you have so much aura for no reason? Like, that's not aura, that's BO. So like what the fuck? That's cringe. Like, if you're cool looking and you're not cool, then that's just cringe, you know? And if you're ugly and you do everything, that's pretty fucking cool, you know? So there's not really much else to it. Starting off with Starmie, right? Now Starmie, people are gonna hate me. I'm throwing this motherfucking based because it's funny as hell. And they're gonna give it huge power. It's got like base 100 attack. Oh my god, this thing's really goofy. And he does the Starman pose. Like, he just throws his hands on his side. It's the goofy shit. And plus, I think people get really mad at throwing him based. He's based. Like, Mega Starmie is based as hell. Not to mention, who else is based? We got Dragonite. People hate on Mega Dragonite too much, and I don't like him. People hate on Mega, like, that's a litmus test, right? If you hate Mega Dragonite, then it's like, okay, you're just a weird ass motherfucker. You're just weird. Like, you hate Mega Dragonite, you're weird. There's not much else to it. Like, bro is fat in a good way. Bro can hit like a truck, and it's still Dragonite. He's just a goofy guy who doesn't like Dragonite. Now onto the first two starters. Meganium is in an awkward spot, right? Because on one hand, they really buffed its stats really, really well, right? This is like they're doing Meganium some justice, right? Because Meganium used to be complete and utter shite. This thing was awful. With the exception being like Smogon, OU, and Gen 2, I think. I'm just like, no, you're fine. Now, Meganium needs like a decent ability to be worthwhile, right? It gets a ton of cool moves. This thing gets knockoff. Did you guys know it got knockoff? This thing gets knockoff now. That's pretty cool. So basically, it just needs to find a way to set itself. It needs to find a way to set itself apart from Mega Venusaur, and I think they're gonna do that. It doesn't have Moonblast, so that sucks. He only gets Dazzling Gleam, and that's really, really unfortunate. And I don't like that they do that. You know, they did the same thing with Togekiss, but like Togekiss Moonblast is actually kind of crazy. Now, would Mega Meganium be crazy Moonblast? It's hard to say. but bro's pretty mid. Like, more flour. Yippee, what are you, bread? You, you do more gluten? Like, what the fuck? Then we got Mega Feraligatr. Now, here's the thing, right? Mega Feraligatr can literally go in any tier. I'm not even kidding. I love this little guy, but dude, the issue that we have currently with Mega Feraligatr is base Feraligatr, regular Feraligatr, gets the ability Sheer Force, right? And what Sheer Force does, it basically gets rid of secondary effects to boost power, right? So if you use the move Bite has a chance to flinch, you don't get the chance to flinch anymore, but you get boosted power instead, right? And you can run Life Orb. You know, Life Orb, Sheer Force is also just very, very solid set. And so with the Mega Stone, you basically do the exact same thing. And that's unfortunate, because why would you run the Mega Stone when you could just run, you know, Sheer Force Feraligatr? You know, it sucks. You get Dragon typing, that's cool. Like, they need to give Feraligatr either Tough Claws, Strong Jaw, or Dragon's Maw, right? Either just give it boosted contact moves, increased like biting moves, or just very solid increasing dragon moves. Unironically, like any one of those three abilities would make it based as fuck, because this guy's a walking toilet that turns into a giant Totodile. But like, since he can't, or I should say he can one shot things, right? But like they didn't make him any faster, you know, so it really does suck. And he's not particularly super crazy bulk here. He did get a little bulk, but bro's just a toilet. which is like, dude, and hopefully he doesn't get shit on too much, you know, being a toilet. Why do you always include a 1 in the title of your streams? Oh, so funny story. Parker also asked that not too long ago. Or Parks, as she's written out. So, one day, I was just spamming the exclamation points, but I hit like a shift too early, so there's just one of my titles. And it turns out, algorithmically speaking, people prefer clicking on the streams that look a little, like, fugly, right? So if I had, like, 3 exclamation points, people don't care for it as much, but I have 2 exclamation points and the number 1, it looks goofy, right? So people are more inclined to click it. That's a real stat, by the way. I'm not even kidding. Like, that's an actual genuine thing. Like, people are more likely to click on the stream. Similar with the emojis, right? The emojis help algorithmically. It's really, really dumb. I don't like that it does that, but that is true. You know? So yeah, like, it helps with impressions. Like, my impressions, my impressions in imprints have just been through the roof. Or better, I should say, with the 1. So, yeah, it's goofy as hell. Alright, next is Skarmory. Now, this guy's really funny, because not only did they make his attack, like, what did they make his attack? Hold on, let me double check Skarmory. If I'm not mistaken, they made it like 1. It's something stupid high. It's 100 something. 140. Okay, I was about to say like 130, so I would have been very wrong. So you're messing with people's perception of reality, just like the CIA? Yes, 100%. Finally, people are catching on. But the goofy thing with like Mega Skarmory, right, is they increased its attack from, what was it? It was 80 to 140, right? And they dropped its physical defense a little bit. They dropped it, not by a little bit, they quite a lot. They dropped it by 30 points, and they just shoved that into special defense. Like, bro is so fat still. Like, Mega Skarmory is legitimately just fat, and he's going to do a ton of damage. And with those toes, have you seen those toes? Bro is getting Tough Claws. Like, he's going to land a Brave Bird, and one shot whatever's in front of him. He might go down too, right? It's going to be a kamikaze mission, but bro is going to be crazy, right? And people hate the design, so I think it's really funny I put him in base. Off topic question: have you ever been on a train before, Garb? I've never been on a train before. I've never been on a train. And car, I personally do not own a vehicle. Nothing super crazy. Like, I don't need to own a vehicle, so it works out. It's cheaper that way. All right. Next thing, Mega Clefable. Yeah, this guy's kind of cringe. It's unfortunate, right? Because bro's just Togekiss. They basically just copy and pasted Togekiss's stats, right? Of course, I think Mega Togekiss's special attack's like a good deal higher, or Mega Clefable's stats are just a good deal higher, or special attack stat, I mean. But yeah, the bro's just, oh boy, dog, bro's going to get owned by Aggron. It's very, very unfortunate. You know, why run Clefable Mega when you could run literally anything else, you know? I mean, you got Magic Guard, so you could run it as like a secondary Mega. So it could be cool as like a secondary Mega, so you don't get like your item knocked off, right? You're also a Fairy type, so you're not taking that much damage from knockoff anyway. It's weird. It's weird. Bro's weird. Bro's not gonna have any niche in anything, if I'm being realistic. Like, as a Mega. Like, the Mega Stone might be used, but not the physical evolution being the Mega Evolution. It's rough. It's rough in these streets. Now, here's also another thing that's really weird with, like, Mega Frostlass, right? I don't know anything about this because I've seen it used, like, twice on, like, Showdown. I'm not even sure what this thing's stats are supposed to look like. Like, I think the design's real cool. You know, the design's like, I mean, no pun intended because it's an ice type, but like they did like make it a little faster, right? And it's basically just like Frostlass but more. It hits a lot harder, obviously. Like they put like a lot of its stats into special attack, but like I don't even know like what I don't know what it's supposed to really do compared to like any of the other megas we got here, right? So it's a little unfortunate because it can't really like it can live hits, right? If you build it to like live a hit. But bro, I don't what the fuck is bro doing, dog? No, that's a little mean. I like that. Like I'm gonna throw it in mid. Like if it gets a solid ability, this thing might go kind of crazy. But if it gets a solid ability, it's still probably be kind of mid. You know, ice is just like a tough type, and 120 is like a solid speed stat. But like it's kind of too slow. You know, because I mean I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I think it might be pretty decent on snow teams. It just increases defense. It might be decent on snow. I'm trying to pay attention. My mind is so tired to carry. I mean, it's not that late. All right. Next is Embor. Everyone's been waiting for Embor. All right. Now, what do you think? What do you think's gonna be good for Embor, right? Because Embor is really fucking weird. As I just spill Fresca all over my shirt. Okay, we got one vote for based. One vote for based. All right. Now, let me double check Embor stats because like that's also another mod I just have not seen much of, unfortunately. I should have had like a list of all these Pokemon stats. I've been much smarter than just looking them up each time. So like, here's the issue with like Mega Embor, right? Is Bro like does get like a little tankier, right? A good deal tankier on the special side, right? And Bro gets like a little faster, and that is a bad thing, right? Because its base speed as regular Embor is 65, but then they gave it 10 more speed to make it base 75. So now you're barely worth running in Trick Room, right? If you ever decided to like run Mega Embor in like doubles, for instance, right? Because Trick Room is a very solid strategy in doubles. That's not really that big of a deal in singles, but it's just rough. It's rough in these streets being base 75 because like 65 is still like a not very good speed tier to begin with, you know? And Embor's stats, like the attack stat doesn't go up enough in comparison to running Reckless, right? Because Embor's basically whole thing is it's a big old ball of meat that just runs at you and just tackles you, right? That's why it gets like all the recoil moves, is because it just like does that. You know, it's running at you as fast as it possibly can, which is not very fast because it's based like 65 to 75 speed now being in the Mega, and just kind of jumps on them, you know, and just says, I'm gonna get you, right? And it sucks because Mega Embor is really fucking cool. They gave him a stick and everything, dog. Like, he has a stick now, but they don't have a move that's like, hey, yo, Spear Chuck, wah. Like, I think if he had, like, priority moves, it actually would be okay. But, like, his ability is really going to matter. Like, him getting a solid ability is really going to matter for Mega Embor. Because if he gets, like, a mid ability, or, like, ability that doesn't really help too much, like, if they give him Mold Breaker, right, then bro's cooked. Bro will be turned into bacon. No, yeah, he's mid as shit. Mega Embor is mid as shit. Like, unfortunately. Because here's the thing, right? I like all of the Mega starters, right? I think they're all pretty cool, and I think they're all sizable buffs, right? But the only one I could see currently, right, that would actually be able to put in some level of work is Mega Meganium. It doesn't even do that well, right? It's tough. It's tough in these streets. And because, like, at least with, like, Fairy and Dragon types, it's like, okay, you hit stuff really hard. But Embor is still a fighting type, right? And fighting is a very solid offensive type. And since it's a fire type, it's not hindered by its fighting weaknesses that much, right? Because fire just has, like, extra resistances and everything. Like, you just get bullied, you know? Like, name a Pokemon, and you can kind of get bullied as Embor, you know? Like, Gyarados, there's no chance. Like, Gyarados, like, has every possible option to bully Embor. That's base Gyarados. We're not even talking Mega Gyarados. But even then, why would you Mega Evolve your Gyarados in front of Embor? It just doesn't make sense. It's unfortunate. Like, they need to give him like a priority move. Like, the moment he gets a priority move, he actually would be very, very good. But like, bro's weird, dog. Bro's fucking weird. How many tiers are there? There's 3. Or this does not count. There's 3 tiers. I mean, bite you. How about we'll bite into Mega Embor after he gets cooked once he's like, once his ability drops, and it turns out it's complete and utter garbage. Dude, he needs a good ability, dog. I hope the starters get really good abilities. Like give Fraligator like Dragon's Maul, give him a Ganium like what's the priority ability for draining moves? I think if it gets like Triage, that's what it's called. If they give it Triage, it might actually be okay. Don't give it Thick Fat. Do not give this thing Thick Fat. And Embor just literally just like honestly watch him get huge power, 148 huge power. That'd be incredible. It's not gonna happen, but who knows? All right, Escadrille, right, dude. This is probably my favorite Mega. I'll keep it stack. He's really, really goofy, but it's also Escadrille, but more. His fucking spiral, his drill will pierce the heavens. That's gotta mean something. That's gotta mean something, dog. And plus, like, he's probably gonna be in singles. I could see him being banned basically day 1, and in doubles, oh my god. Like, if he gets Sand Rush as his ability, it's over. Like, if he gets speed boosted in the sand, it's done. It's over. Like, GG, shake my hand type shit. It's gonna be so crazy. Who owns the Pokemon again? I forgot. I own the Pokemon. Me. But if you're talking about the company, Game Freak, Creatures, and Nintendo. It's a 3-way partnership. All right. Scolipede. Dude, this fucking sucks. Okay, so at least Scolipede, right, as a Mega, it gets like significantly slower. Like, I think it goes from being like, I think it drops like base 62 speed. I want to say it drops the speed, like, so basically it's like fatter Scolipede, right? Which on one hand is like a vibe, right? It's like, oh damn, bro put on some clothes. Bro put a shirt on, right? See what their thoughts are? We'll find out. They'd probably agree with me. You know, Game Freak is a bunch of trolls, right? That they made Mega Starmie, so honestly, they might go hard. And so like, so Scolipede goes from like base 112 to 62, right? Yeah, you drop 60 points in speed, or not 60. You drop 50 points in speed, and that's unfortunate. You get a lot stronger, you hit a lot harder, and your defense goes up kind of high, but you're also base 60 HP. Like it's tough, man. Like, at least you get the benefit of being a Scolipede originally, so you can just speed boost up and then Mega, similar to Sharpedo, right? But like Poison Bug is also just like a rough typing, right? It's difficult for me to give a shit about like Bug Poison types, right? And with Scolipede, it's like like what is there to care for? Like, bro just gets a little bigger. And they gave it like 20 special attack for no reason, like for no reason. Like, if they threw that into like special defense or hell just like in speed, you know? Because I think at +2, if it was base 82 speed, actually would be kind of crazy. But it's tough. Like, they have to give it like something like a solid ability. Like, I'm trying to think what it could possibly get. Compound Eyes, low key, would probably go crazy. If they give it a decent ass ability, not Compound Eyes, Tinted Lens. If they give it Tinted Lens, then it would actually go probably bonkers. But bro is like, it's tough. It's tough in these streets, man. Corbeau has a really weird taste in Megas. Oh boy. And they just threw a jacket on him. Live voting poll top of screen. Ooh, a good idea. Live voting. That's a good idea. We can add that. Actually, I think I need to put it back into. Actually, oh wait, I clicked there. Engage the audience. There we go. Start a poll. All right. Let's see. So we got Scrafty next, right? We'll do the poll. Scrafty question mark, and then it'll be add option. And it'll be based, mid, and cringe. Oh wait, I didn't click tab. Whoops. There we go. Oh, because I added the extra option. That's why. All right, start poll. Meant on the tier list itself? No. Actually, how can I even do that? I'm not even sure how I do that. But yeah, so we got, actually, that whole thing pops up. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like how that looks. I'm gonna end that poll. I don't like how that looks. I don't like how that looks on stream. It says 0 votes. That's really funny. That'll be a funny bit for the video. Anyway, so Mega Scrafty, right? I'll be real, dog. I love this guy. I love this guy so much. It's basically Scrafty, but more. And they gave him a jacket. They said, "Ayo, dog, you cold?" Then they gave him like an actual jacket. I love that. I was gonna vote anyway because I'm not old enough to. Is that how that works? You have to be like a certain age to vote in the poll. Is that how that works? That's wild. That's wild if that's true. But regardless, Scrafty, dog, this guy. On one hand, like I know there was the whole controversy of like, oh, it's like it's a UK thing. Ah, okay. Now on one hand, right, everyone's like, oh, Scrafty, bro. He looks like he looks like the clan, and it's I don't know, man. I think you're just being stupid. I don't think you've ever seen someone wear a hoodie before. And I think it'd make people mad if I put him in base, but at the same time, it's just like, who doesn't like Scrafty, dog? Like, they just made the dead skin, like, white. You know, I think that's fine. Bro goes hard. I love this guy. I love this guy so much. He's a cool little dude. Alright, next we got Electros. Oh, yeah, actually, real quick. And plus, Mega Scrafty stats are good. Alright, there we go. Electros. Bro's cringe as shit. They said, "Ayo, dog, let's make a swimmer floating with swimmers." You know, bro's got little baby sperms next to him. Those are his kids. Those aren't his arms. Those are his kids swimming with him. And yeah, it is tough in these streets being an electric type. And he's going to keep Levitate as in his ability because his whole gimmick is like, oh, it's a Pokemon with no weaknesses. But it doesn't get like enough boosts or anything to make it worth it, which kind of sucks. Because he looks cool. But he's not as cringe as Clefable, though. He's not as cringe as Clefable. So I think putting him there makes sense. All right, Chandelure is just more chandelier, right? So the idea is really cool, but bro's just like wannabe Charizard Y, you know, which is unfortunate. I keep saying it's unfortunate because some of these megas are really cool in design and prospect, and they have some tools, but I think if they give him Shadow Tag, because little fun fact, back in Pokemon Generation 5, Pokemon Black and White, the the hidden ability for Chandelure was supposed to be Shadow Tag, the ability that like locks you into the field, right? So you wouldn't be able to switch. You know, think like Mega Gengar, think like Gothitelle, you know, Wobbuffet, those guys have Shadow Tag. But Chandelure was also supposed to have Shadow Tag, and it was a monster. Like, locking people in, you can't move, and it has crazy stats. Like, this thing actually does hit unbelievably hard. And they made it 10 points faster. Because, fuck you, that's why. You might as well just made it base, like, 100 speed. It just didn't make any sense why you would do that. I think if you made it base 100 speed, it actually would be very, very good. But if it gets Shadow Tag, it will be, like, there, I think. But we'll have to wait and see, obviously, because the abilities aren't out yet. I was gonna do something, but there's no S. Yeah, that's probably for the better. Alright. Ooh, Kalos starters. Ooh, boy. Ooh. Y'all ready for the Kalos starters? Because I'll be real, dog. I'm hyped as shit for the Kalos starters. These guys, like, Chestnut is so fat. And he's just a big old guy with armor on him. Oh my god, he's so cool. Actually, I'm gonna throw him up here. Dude, I love this guy so much. You can use him on some of the Smogon tournaments right now. This guy is so fucking cool. I love this guy. This guy's so cool. He hits like every single hit. The heck is a Chikorita? Chikorita is the first stage form of Meganium. But Chestnut, holy god, this guy's so cool. And depending upon his ability, it might determine if he's like halfway decent. If he keeps bulletproof, then he'll probably be fine, right? As long as he isn't a Spike Shield bot, then I think he's going to do very, very well. Grass Fighting's a tough type, but that also just like helps his prospect of just being like a tanky guy, right? And he's just so big that his typing just doesn't matter. He just eats up all the hits. He says like, "Oh yeah, a guy's going to hit me with Brave Bird, hung 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 hung" type shit. Even though I think a Brave Bird would still one-shot him. All right, now Mega Delphox. This guy's kind of scary. I actually have fear for this Mega Delphox. I need to double check its stats, just so I don't forget. Alright, Mega Delphox. So Mega Delphox, right? I want you to, I want y'all to internalize what I'm about to say, right? This guy, right? This guy, this wizard, they didn't touch its attack, right? They didn't give it more attack, which is a good thing, right? They didn't need to give it more attack. They kept its defenses the same, which is a little tough. But the thing that's crazy, they increased its special attack from 114, a very sizable 114, to 159. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of numbers, right? Its special defense went from 100 to 125. That's a pretty sizable jump. Pretty good jump. Yeah, that's pretty good. That means the remainder of its stats went into speed, going from 104 to 134. If this thing doesn't get, like, levitate, then this thing is going to be a psi spammer, right? It's going to spam the move. It's going to spam the move Expanding Force in Psychic Terrain, and it's going to be awful. Like, it's going to be awful to go against. It's going to be incredible to use. Like, this thing is, like, genuinely might just be broken, you know? Like, it genuinely might just be, like, a broken-ass Mon. It's insane. Or can Chikorita Pokemon? Yeah, Chikorita is, it's a grass-type Pokemon, nothing crazy. Starter Pokemon, you know, that's cool. But yeah, like Mega Delphox, dude. I don't know what they were smoking. It had to have been good shit to, like, come up with Mega Delphox. This thing genuinely will probably be banned instantly on Showdown, right? For smokeout singles, and in doubles, it might be a must run. Genuinely, you probably have to run this thing coming up. All right, now we got Mega Greninja, right? You remember Ash Greninja? It is basically the exact same thing as Ash Greninja, right? It's cool guy. There's not really much else to say. I think because Ash Greninja is crazy good, and Mega Greninja is also gonna be crazy good. I don't know what ability they're gonna give it. It could literally be anything, because I think how they're running it right now is they're running it with Torrent or I think you have to run with Torrent on Showdown, and this guy is kind of crazy. Like, he already does do hella damage. Like, it's Greninja, dog. Greninja's just a cool guy. Like, of course he's gonna put in work. Alright, now we got Pyroar, and God, they... You know when they say, like, God hates you, right? You know, it's like God has its favorites, you know? Pyroar is not the favorite of Game Freak, dude. Like, they didn't even... This design is so fucking bad. And you wanna know what's the worst part about it? Is they didn't even get, like, a decent stat spread. I'm not even gonna bother looking up its stats, because I remember what they are. Or at least I remember what the distribution is. Because base Pyroar, not very good. Not a very good one. Not good. And so they give it the plus 100 base stats. Cool, because it's a Mega. Because it's a Mega. And they put 20 into each of its stats, except for HP, because you can't buff the HP as a Mega. I don't know. I don't know if they. I don't know the thought process. I just don't. Oh man, dude, someone had a vendetta against Pyroar, man. Like, oh my god. Yeah, oh, the USSR Anthem YouTube. Yeah, that's not gonna pop up. YouTube doesn't like sending links in chats. Fucking. Oh my god, dude. There's gonna be a guy who makes a video about using Mega Pyroar to, like, get, like, really high rank in a tournament or something. Or who's gonna, like, it's gonna be like a Wolfie VGC video. He's gonna get rank 1 with, like, Mega Pyroar. And it's probably gonna be harder than when he was using Leafeon, I think. It like, generally will probably be one of his toughest videos, because, like, this thing is just kind of ass. It's so tough. It's tough, man. It, like, they made the line Pokemon just so bad. They grabbed Pyroar male and Pyroar female, Mega Pyroar. That's what they did. All right, I'll be real, dog. Azu's Floette is, like, fucking mid as shit. Because the thing that goes Mega is, like, the flower, right? And I think the flower is cool. But you couldn't, like, make, like, Floette, like, bigger or something. Like, make the flower, like, fuse with Floette. It kind of just, like, it entrangles, like, around its, like, weird tail thing. And its stats, like, are fine, but, you know, you're still Floette. Like, you're like a buffed Floette, you know? You're like a Floette that used no retreat, I guess. But oh my god. Oh man, it's tough, man. He's mid as shit. I mean, this is a fairy type, you know? And I think part of the mystique factor of AZ's Follett is that it was supposed to be an event back in X and Y that just never was released. So everyone and their mom was like, "Oh my god, I need this! I need this!" Rah, 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 rah. So it worked out there. So it's not cringe because everyone wanted it, but it sure as hell ain't based. Sure as hell ain't based. Thunderstruck by AD. Wow. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, I fuck with Thunderstruck. Now, everyone and their mom, right, was ready to be like, okay, this Malamar guy, that week and a half of Malamar propaganda's gotta be for something, right? This guy's gonna be crazy. Nah, man, this guy's shit. Oh my god, dude. Like, I think its best stats like 102 or something. It's something crazy bad. I can't even talk about this dog. This guy is. He had propaganda. Propaganda couldn't save him. Oh my god. All right. Barbarical is based as shit. I think this guy is real cool. Because they basically just gave him more arms, made him taller. I think that's really funny. His stats are also pretty solid, and they go from being a water rock type, which is a pretty not great typing, to a fucking fighting rock type, which is Terrakion typing. You know, and that's great. Like, I think his stats are significantly better than Terrakion's too. I'll probably show him on screen. This guy's great. This guy's gonna put in hella work coming up soon, and he gets Shell Smash. He's like one of the best Shell Smash mods. It's gonna be incredible. Mega Dragalgy. All right, how many people thought his eyes up here was like his actual eyes? They're actually still down on his face. Regardless, bro's kind of cringe. There's not really much else to say. What'd you put down? I can't see the message end of there, but yeah, it's a cringe ass like guy. Cool, you're a dragon type. Yippee! You're a poison type. Yippee! You know, who loses Mega Gardevoir? Me. You know, it's like, oh my god, dude! Like, they made him so slow. He's so slow. Like, he's so slow for no reason. Like, he could be a Trick Room Sweeper. Actually, let me double check its special attack. I don't think it's a Trick Room Sweeper like at all. Like, I'm like 90% sure his special attack is still very, very low. Okay, they buffed it to 132. That's actually pretty okay. But they gave it 10 attack for no reason. You know, it's like why bother? You know, like why even bother? Like, you're living like every special move ever, but like you kind of died to like Earthquake, and that's unfortunate. You died to Drill. Like, you lose to Excadrill. You lose to Excadrill. You lose to Dragonite. You lose to Starmie. It's like, oh man, it's tough. Now Mega Halucha. Get the Luchador theme playing, you know? Type shit. Yeah, bro is based as hell. He's kind of like not a great Pokemon because it sucks not having Unburden. But who knows? Maybe its ability would be really, really cool. That's all I'm gonna say on it, because like Mega Halucha is just really cool. And then we have Mega Victreebel, and bro is pretty mid. Bro's pretty mid. Bro gets fat, and he's a mixed attacker. Which the fat part, just his belly. You know, he's not like super crazy, super bulky. I want to hug him. Like, I'd be down to hug Mega Victreebel. I think that'd be cool. You know, I feel like I could like bounce on his belly a little bit, going boing, the boing, the boing, the boing type shit. Well, they made him a mixed attacker. He's not even like particularly good mixed attacker, because like mixed attackers are usually pretty bad because you can't like all in on a stat. You know, you have to like min max as best as possible for Pokemon typically, and when it's like you're running a mixed attacker, it's like you have so many wasted stats that could have gone like literally anything anywhere else. And so it's like lecture good. All right, next is Mega Zygarde, except it's not because they're doing him last because it's Mega Zygarde. All right, so Drampa is pretty cool. This guy's pretty lit. His how you mean good? How you mean good? Mega Drampa, right? So its Pokédex category changes from being, I forget what it is originally. We're gonna look this, double check this, right? Drampa. All right. Come on, there we go. So Drampa, right, originally is called the Placid Pokemon. Placid. Does anyone know what the word placid means? Because I'm going to look it up, right? Placid, right? It just means you're not easily excitable, right? You don't, like, you're pretty calm, you're pretty chill, right? And so you go from being the placid Pokemon, right? Nope, bye. Unfortunate. He goes from being the placid Pokemon to being the imposing Pokemon. Bro goes from being just kind of like easy going, chill, right? Even though he'll burn down your house, right? To being like, what'd you say about my mama? Like, come on, dude. Like, look at him. He's like, what'd you say about my mama? That's exactly the face he's got. He's pretty based for that. He's pretty based. I hope his ability is really good. Because I really want to use Mega Drampa. Alright. Phalanx is next. Now, Phalanx, it's a pretty not great Pokemon, unfortunately. Being only a fighting type is unfortunate. You know? Like, if they give him, like, any other secondary typing, I think you actually would have put in hella work. Like, make him, like, Steel type, make him, like, Bug type. Bug type would go crazy, actually. Like, Bug type, like, Bug fighting. You know? You gain a ton of weaknesses. You can also at least, like, hit stuff, like, really, really hard. You know, you get Mega Horn. That'd be cool. Yeah, there's not really much else to talk about, you know, like... But his design's really funny. And before he came out, I did have a, in the most recent video that's out right now, just making really bad Megas, I did predict that Phalanx would get a Mega, right? And now I was wrong about the direction they were going, but I still was right, so take that. Yeah, it's... it is really funny, though. Bro's really funny. He's got, like, a little guy in his center that can't open his eyes because he's too busy holding up the big guy. he's pretty funny. Now, like, he'll be based. Fuck it, he'll be based. Now, the craziest part, right? Mega Zygarde, right? I'm going to read off his stats real quick. I'm going to read off his stats, and everyone's gonna be like, wow, that's insane. Bro is wild. Now, peep this shit, right? So, Zygarde, right? Has a variety of stats because it has a variety of, you know, forms. That's cool. We love it. We love it in the streets, right? When it's a dog, right? Its stats not all that crazy, right? I'll throw on screen. They're not all that crazy, right? You know, 486 base stat total, right? When it's in the worm, it's like base 600. But those stats were like good enough to get it banned and smoke on singles. Didn't really do all that much in VGC, at least from what I remember. And it was restricted mod, so it made it even worse, right? Then it got Power Construct become the complete form, the big guy, the big you know, the guy who's aura farming, right? Aura farming. He was doing a lot of that. And so his stats, right? I'm gonna read off the base complete form stats, right? 216 HP, 100 attack, 112 defense, no, 121 defense, my mistake. 91 special attack, 95 special defense, and 85 speed. Very, very good stats. That's a very excellent stat spread. However, you had to be below 50% HP in order to transform, or at least 50%, I don't remember what it was, to transform into Zygarde Complete. So you weren't really using 216 HP all the time, right? But you could hold an item, you get like leftovers, and yeah, that's basically what you would do. And then in comes Mega Zygarde, right? Because Zygarde completes base stats, right? Or 708. Mega Zygardes are only 778. They said this guy is going to be too broken. If we give him base 100 stats, we have to pull it back to only 70, right? It is 2 base stat total away from being equivalent to Mewtwo as Megas and Zygarde. So not Zygarde, I said Zygardes. And Rayquazas. Rayquazas. And I actually want to double check Rayquazas just in case. Just in case I'm wrong. No, yeah, it is 780. All right, cool. So I was not correct. I was very much correct. Cool. Subscribe to Charming Gaming or Coca-Cola will stop selling its products. That is correct. But I do need to reiterate, or I do need to push home how crazy it is that they only gave it plus 70, right? We're going to go through all its stats, right? So it's HP. Once they're 216. HP is 216. Did not change it, right? Like most megas. Its attack goes from being 100 to 70. They dropped it. I think you know where this is going, right? Its defense goes from 121 to 91. I think you know where this is going, right? We're going to skip special attack. Its special defense was 85. Or it's from 95 down to 85. Yeah, special defense was 95 down to 85. Took away 10 special defense. I think you know where this is going. Its speed goes from 85 to 100. You might be asking yourself, there's a lot of leftover stats. Because they threw them all, they said, hey, yo, let's just throw it all into special attack. To make it 216. 216. 216 like special attack. They probably made the best Pokemon of all time. Unironically. And I think it's really funny. And I think it's super, super funny that the little dog with a glowing butt, just gets a little bit of little wormy guys and becomes probably the best Pokemon to ever exist. Genuinely. Now, its ability might change. It might be terrible, might be incredible. But this is the Tierlist we got. Most of these guys are based as hell, right? Some of these guys need good abilities in order to, like, function, right? Or to be, like, considerably decent, in my opinion. And some guys just be cringe as hell, which is only, like, a couple of them. Like, I think the ratio of, like, based versus in mid and cringe is actually really good. Like, I think they did a very good job with these megas. And once we learn more about Raichus, then we'll determine more. Right now, I think they're kind of mid, right? They're just like, if you got Raichu and Pikachu, put them into, like, an AI generator, like, I feel like this is what you'd get, you know? But hey, who knows? Maybe they'll be incredible. But yeah, that's well, that's the list. All right. You know what we gotta do next? We gotta do the mainline games. We gotta do the mainline games now. There we go. What do you mean re? What the fuck you mean re? I don't know what you mean re. Alright. Next segment of the tier list, baby. Oh boy. This one's gonna give me, like, a lot of flack, I think. Because my opinions are better than everyone else's. So Alright. First things first, going over the thing, right? Ranking every single Pokemon game, mainline Pokemon game specifically. And so we got goated, you know, they're must plays, you gotta do them. Great, they're very, very good games. I love them. Good, they're pretty good games. You know, they're very enjoyable. Okay, it's like, yeah, they're Pokemon games. Like, yeah, they're Pokemon games. And it's like, like, I think if you're looking for something really, really specific, you might enjoy them. Or if you're maybe doing a little throwback, maybe you can find some enjoyment there. And then skip, where it's like, okay, you could probably skip these Pokemon games. Like, yeah. I think these are going to be very good tiering systems, right? Because get ready for the wildest take ever, right? Pokemon Red and Blue, they're eh. They're eh. They're not that great. They're not that great games. And also, I should specify that this is in comparison to each other, right? This is not me saying, oh, hey, this is the best game of all time or the worst game of all time. But Pokemon Red and Blue are clunky messes, and you move around in a giant box, right? However, it is Pokemon. Like, it does capture the embodiment of Pokemon. I don't need the headphones. We don't need those. But it does capture the body of Pokemon. So did you end up listening? Wait, hold on. I did not watch those, no. And actually, I just realized I'm not recording. Let's hit the recording button. There we go. Recording has started. There you go. Oh, you're gonna see a live go back because I'm gonna have to talk over that old shit again. And so we're ranking every single mainline Pokemon game. Alright, goated means they're goated. They're must plays. Great, they're great Pokemon games. Good, they're pretty good. They're pretty good games. Okay, they're a little less than good. They're still, like, you know, they're Pokemon games. They're pretty good. You know, like, maybe if you're trying to go back and play some old games, you know, they could be They can be enjoyable. And then skip, you should just skip them. Like, you can skip those and still enjoy Pokemon. And so, we're hopping straight into this. Totally did not forget to hit record for the YouTube video. And so, Pokemon Red and Blue, they're eh. They're clunky messes, right? A bunch of mechanics don't work. Psychic types are stupid. The AI is very, very bad. Some of the Pokemon are basically unusable. Like Onyx. Onyx. And there's not really much else, but it does like embody Pokemon. Like it does feel like a Pokemon game. It feels like a very enjoyable Pokemon game. Hey Carp, say on the camera to make people who will watch the video think, you know what they did? Oh, I know what they did. So stupid. Alright, Pokemon Yellow, right? Similar to most third versions, it is definitely better than Red and Blue. But you could probably get away with not playing Pokemon Yellow, right? And that's fine. You know, it's you know, it's Pokemon. You know, that's basically it. It's Pokemon. Like, I think you have to like try really hard to be like, yeah, these games are really, really good. You know, like if you're nostalgic for them, you're gonna find enjoyment in it, obviously. But going back as an adult and playing them, it's like, okay, like yeah, I don't. Ugh, it's tough. You know, it's very, very tough. I mean, Team Rocket's cool, I guess. Yeah, they're cool. All right, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, not Heart Gold, Soul Silver. My mistake. Gold and Silver. Yeah, just skip these games. Gen 2 is bad. Like, Gen 2 genuinely is just very, very bad. And it's unfortunate because I think there's a lot of redeeming qualities with Gen 2, mostly being like, oh, hey, Crobat, Heracross, right? So they have some very cool mons. But the rest of the Dex is it's just so weak. The Dex is unbelievably weak. The gym leaders don't use Gen 2 Pokemon. Like, most of it's Gen 1 Pokemon. And, like, like, introducing happiness is tough, right? Because on one hand, it's like, oh, you get mons like Crobat, but also having to deal with happiness is annoying. Maybe Pokemon are just, like a weird-ass mechanic. It's like, oh, cool, I guess. The catching contest is fine, I suppose. Like, yeah, it's tough. Like, I could do a video about why Gen 2 is so not great. You know, that, and I think it would be probably one of the better ones on YouTube, because there are other videos on YouTube that go over like why Gen 2 is bad. I think I could probably make one of the better ones. I don't know. That could be for the future. Anyway, Crystal, same thing. A smidge better than Gold and Silver for sure. Yeah, that's about it. There's not much else to talk about. And I guess with Gen 2 also, the legendaries are just kind of like blah. Like Lugia's not particularly good. Ho-Oh's alright. Celebi's neat. Celebi is a really neat mythical. And legendary beasts are also very good Pokemon, but like Raukou is just painfully kind of the worst of the three. Entei is very good. I used Entei a lot in I forget what regulation it was. It was before the and regulation recently in Scarlet Violet. It was before motherfucking restrictors were allowed. So you gonna edit and cut out any parts? Yeah, I still will. It's still gonna be a YouTube video. Nothing super crazy. Like, if there's like stuttering or if I repeat myself too much, then yeah, I'll be editing stuff out. Nothing crazy. But yeah, like those your beasts are cool, but yeah, these are just not particularly great games, unfortunately. Like, the redeeming qualities of these games do not overstep the bullshittery that is these games. All right, Ruby and Sapphire. These are very good games. Actually, I'd say they're great games. Ruby and Sapphire, I'd say, are very great games. Like, they're a huge jump from Gen 1 and 2. They're so good. Like, Gen 3 as a whole is very, very good. Very, very enjoyable. Is you staring at the camera in? I might. Or I might make a YouTube short about that. That might be a short. I think that might be better as a short rather than staying in the video. If we're being real. I think that would make a better short. We'll find out. Anyway. Ruby and Sapphire are incredible games. They're very, very good. The Dex is great. All three of the starters are very, very good. So you can't go wrong with picking any of them. Because there are some games where like there's like starters that just are borderline unusable, you know? And in this one, it's like, damn, this is great. Like, it's tough for me to be like, oh, hey, Ruby and Sapphire is like kind of like the big drawback of Ruby and Sapphire is basically that it's not Emerald. That's the best way I could put it. The big drawback of Ruby and Sapphire is that it's not Pokemon Emerald. but we'll get to that later. I'm gonna go and get ready for trick-or-treaters later on today. Like, I'm catching it, bye! Now, Pokemon Coliseum, right? This guy is also great. I love Pokemon Coliseum. This is an incredible game. There's not really much else to go about it, you know? It's like you would go around catching other people's Pokemon. Like, you felt like you were a villain, but like a good villain, because you were doing the bad things, but you were stealing from the bad guys. So you were actually a good guy, and then you would get rid of the Shadow, and it was very cool. You know, if you play Pokemon Go nowadays, that's where Shadow Pokemon come from. You know, you fucking nerds playing Pokemon Go. Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, also great games, right? And also an excellent example of what makes a good Pokemon remake, right? Basically builds up and effectively fixes the issues of Pokemon of the original game. Actually, I can do a little better. It's a good example of a good Pokemon remake because it actually does like build off the original and give you a reason to play this over the original, right? Doesn't necessarily completely replace the original, but in the case of like Fire and Leaf Green, it kind of does. But I could see like some reason why you want to go back and play just base Red and Blue. Hey, Fire and Leaf Green don't completely replace them, but they're pretty fucking close to doing so. Like there is a reason to play both versions, you know? Like why would I play like if Fire and Leaf Green weren't good, then it's like okay, why would I play this when I could just play Red and Blue? You know? It's one of those situations. It's great. Like the new typings just help a whole lot. So they help so much. Plus new coat of paint and Emerald speed. You know, being able to go at like Emerald speed is great. Speaking of Emerald, goated game Pokemon Emerald. This game is goated. Everyone should play Pokemon Emerald. This game is great. Like, name something for Pokemon Emerald, it's dope. It's cool. Legendaries, really, really cool, man. The Regis, even though they're kind of not that great, they're still cool. They're cool little guys. Yeah, basically, like, every positive Ruby and Sapphire is an Emerald. But Emerald just, like, builds more to that, you know? There's not really much else, you know? The third version is just like, oh my god, dude, like, it's so fucking great. It's hard for me to put into words. I should have made like a script or something. But it's just like it's not like it's even like a substantial jump between Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire. But it's noticeable enough where it's like, yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense to me. And you got Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. XD, Gale of Darkness is goated. No, yeah, like the final boss is crazy. Like the lead up, like the game is like actually relatively difficult. But it's not like I'm going to break bones hard, you know? Like, you gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention, you gotta strategize. And Shadow Pokemon feel a little stronger. At least when going from Coliseum to XD Galadarks, like, they feel a little stronger. And you can also catch wild Pokemon. Not a whole lot of them, but you can catch wild Pokemon. That actually does, like, feel a little better, you know? And if I'm not mistaken... Actually, no, I'm pretty sure you can do it with both. You can transfer both from Coliseum and Pokemon XD to Pokemon Emerald. And that was the way how you would get, what was it? It was a Helping Hand Magmar, I think? It was either Helping Hand or Follow Me, I think it was Follow Me Magmar. I forget what move it was. I'm pretty sure it was Follow Me Magmar. And that's how there was a dude won a, Gen 5 VGC, I think it was a regional. But regardless, like, it was cool shit. And I want to say it was Follow Me. I could be crazy. Yeah, story's great. I don't want to spoil a whole lot. Because a lot of people, for some reason, have not played this game. It's a great game. Highly recommend it. Alright, Diamond Pearl is so fucking slow. They're good games, but they're so slow. Like, it's so unbelievably slow. Right? And it's tough. Because they are good games. But, like, if I have to emulate them and then speed up to have them be, like, enjoyable, I think that's a bad thing. Right? I don't think that's good, you know? Because it's not like it's, oh, hey, I can put my cartridge into my Switch or something, and now it goes a little faster, you know? It's like, bruh. But they're still very good games. I do recommend them. Hey, what's up, man? Then we got Pokemon Platinum. I saw a purple people eater outside the window. Damn, dog, that's unfortunate, man. It sucks to suck. It really sucks to suck, man. You know, maybe if you were like, maybe if you would eat all your food off like your plate whenever you're younger, you know, didn't waste any food, then you would be fine. Pokemon Platinum. Yeah, it is pretty great game. I almost wanted to say goated because there's a lot of cool shit with it, but I don't think the gap between Diamond Pro and Platinum are that big for that to make sense. It's a very great game. It's very good. Like, you should definitely play Platinum. Because like just the issues are just so slow, right? The engine is just so very slow, you know. Because the one thing like with like a slow intro is like you can spam A through it and be done with it. With this, not so much because you run kind of slowish, like significantly slower than Emerald. The surf is unbearably slow sometimes, and the HP bars, it's like, dude, if you fight a Blissey, I could like hit Blissey with anything, put down my DS, go take a shit, come back, and Blissey's still alive. It's like, what are we doing, dog? Like, it is tough. Cynthia's really cool. Elite Four is really cool. Most of the gym leaders are really cool. Team Galactus is really cool. Like, yeah, basically, name something cool about Platinum and Diamond Pearl, and like, it's cool. You know, it just the speed is just such a drawback. You know, it's unfortunate. All right, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Now, this is where I think I'm going to a lot of flack for. Right, I think people are going to get mad at this decision. Heart Gold, Soul Silver is okay. These games are okay. I attempted to a transition into what? Oh, okay, I get you. I get you. What the fuck? This is why people hate Tier Maker sometimes. The ads are getting terrible. I can't run ad blocker on Tier Maker anymore. Because they get mad at me and say, "Hey, yo, dog, turn that shit off." But they're like begging me to do it. They're like, "Oh my god, please turn it off." It's like, oh my god. Okay, I don't have my headphones on, so I don't know if I play the audio. Anyway, Heart Gold Soul Silver, they're okay. Because the issue with Heart Gold Soul Silver is that they're still gold and silver. They got a fresh coat of paint. The following behind you Pokemon are great. And some of the post game stuff's cool, but it's like catching legendaries, right? That's a thing that really sucks about Heart Gold Soul Silver is that it's still just gold and silver. They didn't change anything, like, at all. Like, people look you dead in the face and say this is the best Pokemon remake. It just isn't. Or they'll tell you something, some of the best Pokemon games. They just fucking aren't. Like, good luck, like, changing your team around. Because you just can't do it. Like, you basically have to pick a Pokemon and stick to it, you know? Like, with rare candies, right? Like a Nuzlocke or something, this game's actually pretty okay. Because you can just change your team around all the time. But, like, on hardware... On hardware, this game's fucking, like, it's not terrible. Because, like, it's okay. Like, I think it's a very enjoyable game. You do run into the issue of it still being, like, a Gen 4 engine, which really does not help it at all. Like, it is prettier, right? Like, the game is so much prettier. And the physical special split is great for a lot of these mons that were previously not good at all, right? But you still have the issue of that these mon stats are still bad. Like, Aridos is terrible. And it's going to always be terrible. You know, it's like, bro, I need to make a video about like why Gen 2 is just bad. I think because every time I just think about Gold, Silver, Crystal, and Heart Gold, Soul Silver, it's like, damn, dog, they really fumbled with this really hard. Also, the bosses like the boss of like Team Rocket of the new Team Rocket, whatever it's called, Archer, like, motherfucker's a Houndour on his team and a Coughing. Like, what are we doing, dog? Like, so dumb. All right, onto Black and White. And I'll be real, I'm gonna do Black and White, and Black and White too. Like this, right? You can argue depending upon like how I'm feeling, like the time of day. You know, if I had enough sleep last night or not. You know, what I had for dinner can also change which one I think is better, right? In my opinion, I put Black and White a smidge above Black and White 2, but I could, like, be swayed, right? Both Black and White and Black and White 2
are some of the best Pokemon games to ever come out. They just are. And because there's still this sense of like childlike wonder of running to the grass and finding a Pokemon you're not sure what it's going to be, right? There's the whole like the story actually had weight. The characters were actually really cool. And like Team Galactic, not Team Galactic, Team Plasma was also like a formidable team. Like Getsus is like a decently difficult fight. You have to deal with N when he has like a Reshiram or a Zekrom. That's kind of a lot. That's a lot. You know, it's good. Like Black and White 2 are very, very good. I think if you haven't got a chance to play these, you should play them so that we don't unintentionally get like another like BDSP situation where it's like, oh my god, this is just dog shit. Spoiler alert for that, but we'll talk about that later, obviously. Like, I hope they don't do the BDSP treatment with Pokemon Black and White 2, where they just like say fuck it and just throw it on the new console, and just make it worse. Like, I want them to actually like, make a remake. I want them to make like a Fire Red Leaf Green ORAS remake where it's like actually a different game. It gives me a reason to play this game over the original. That's what I want. All right, next X and Y. Personally, I'd probably put this in good because while they are very, very easy games, the Pokemon selection is incredible. It's a Pokemon game I recommend people Nuzlocke first because it's easy and it helps you get into the the mindset of Pokemon X and Y. I know you did not put Diamond Pearl above Heart and Gold. Okay. I'll talk about that real quick. We'll do a quick sidetrack, right? The reason why Diamond and Pearl are better than Heart Gold to Silver is because Heart Gold to Silver is still Gen 2. Gen 2 is bad. Like, Gen 2 is, like, straight up fucking buns, right? They didn't fix anything. They just made it pretty, right? They put a pretty dress and makeup on an ugly bitch. That's what they did with Heart Gold to Silver. That's what they did with Heart Gold to Silver. No, like, straight up. I'll make a video about it. I'll make a video talk about why Heart Gold Soul Silver and Gold Silver Crystal are bad. Gen 2 is my favorite gen. You're fucking weird. Like, you are weird. You are just fucking weird, dog. Like, I think it's fine to say you like Gen 2 Pokemon because Heracross is goated, right? Typhlosion is goated. Crobat is goated, right? Togepi's a cute little guy that eventually becomes goated, Johto is not on top. Johto is not on top. Johto is lucky for me to even be mentioning it at all. Johto is bad. Like I do genuinely mean that Johto is actually just like not good. It sucks, but it's just not, right? I think aesthetically Johto's cool, but the issue with Johto is like also the branching of the stuff. Like I'll make a video about it. I'll make a video about it because I need to do this one right about why Gen 2 is painfully not good, right? Or I'll do a stream where I'm just ranting about it for like 20 minutes. Because I talked about that during the Chikorita speedrun. Not speedrun, the Chikorita testing run. Where it's like, yeah, Gen 2 is just not that good. Which is true. And the issue with Heart Gold Silver is that it's Gen 2 again. Some of the post-game stuff's cool, like Arceus. Like, if you have Arceus, then you can get like a egg for Dialga Palkia and such. I shall wait this video. No, yeah, straight up. Like, I should say if I decide to make that video, right? Because it's a very good chance I just don't. But like straight up, like it's just like it's painful. Like it's painful like how dirty Gen 2 was done because Gen 2 should have been so much better. It generally should have. All right. Anyway, I'll talk about X and Y. I recommend people Nuzlocke X and Y because it's a very easy game to get into. It's very, very quick, and the deck selection is very, very wide. You can't go wrong with any of the 3 starter Pokemon. And while the first gym has a Vivillon, and that can be kind of spooky, it's still a bug type, so you can get yourself in really quickly, and then you start rolling from there. You can get pseudo legendaries pretty early, so you basically can like teach about like evolution and all that stuff. Like it's cool. Like X and Y is very, very solid. The legendaries are also unbelievably good. Like Xerneas is probably one of, if not the best Pokemon ever made. And then you have Yveltal, which is also still a very, very strong Pokemon. And Zygarde now has the best Mega Evolution ever. Plus, not to mention they introduced Mega Evolution. That's gotta mean something. Yeah. Like, honestly, low-key, like, because that's the thing, right? If X and Y was a little harder, then I think I could throw it into great, but, like, since it's, like, very, very easy, I can't, right? But I'm going to do this, because I know someone's going to talk about that. Clearly, X and Y is better than Diamond and Pearl. And anyone who disagrees is weird. Alright. ORAS, baby. Yeah, this is going to be a hot take. Oraz is the best Pokemon remake, right? Oraz is definitively the best Pokemon remake. And you want to know why it's the best Pokemon remake? Because it does what all remakes should do. It separates itself from the original enough, it gives you a reason to play it while still actually being like Gen 3, you know? People talk about, oh wait, but they give you a Latias or a Latios early on. They give you the Mega. Just don't fucking use it. There you go. Problem solved. Problem solved with that shit. Plus it has Megas. And Megas are actually integrated into the story somewhat well, which I do like a lot. The post game's pretty cool, where you can just fly around and like catch the legendaries, right? I was annoyed at the times of days sometimes, where it's like, I remember the late guardians being like very very specific to times of days and times of the week, and it's like, okay, that's really annoying. But other than that, it was very very cool. Like, and plus it has the benefit of being Generation 3, you know. Plus the Delta episode, oh my god, Delta episode is very very fun. And like the fight with Deoxys, like actually being able to catch a mythical Pokemon, like in the main story of the game, or technically it was post game, but still was so cool. You know, like obviously the old events would allow you to do the same thing, but those were events. You can't do those anymore. You can do that with Oraz to this day. You can boot up Oraz and get yourself a Deoxys. It's so cool. I love Oraz, and I think people who dislike Oraz are weird. Like straight up, that's a litmus test. If someone looks you in the eye and says Oraz is bad, like you gotta start running. Like you gotta get out of there. You know, like I think they're a smidge easy though. Oraz, it is very good. Oraz is so good. I think my one qualm with Oraz is that it's like probably a smidge too easy, right? But other than that, I think it's still an unbelievably good game. Like a game could be easy and still be fun, you know? Like that's why Nuzlocks are a thing, you know? I've spent so many hours on that game, more than I'd like to admit. That's perfectly fine. I spent so many hours on Oraz too, because whenever it came to transferring over to like Generation 6, like that's the game we just played on, you know? Plus the Oraz Megas are really, really good, you know? Mega Beedrill is unfortunate, but other than that, like most of these Megas from Oraz are very, very good. You know, they're very, very good Megas. And the fact that there's Megas in the main story at all is just great, you know? And also you get one of the Mewtonites, like one of the fucking Mega Mewtwo's from the from the Elite Four. Like you just find it on your road to, I think it's Sydney, I think it was. Before you fight him, I think. Dude, that's just goofy. I love that shit. Alright. Sun and Moon's tough, right? Because Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, right, are pretty good games. But the issue with Ultra Sun and Moon and Sun and Moon, and part of the reason why they just kind of get shit on, like in the grandiose scheme of things, right, is Ultra Sun and Moon came out immediately after Sun and Moon, right? And Ultra Sun and Moon, at least for the very beginning chunk of the game, is like the exact same thing as Sun and Moon. And that's why people hated Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Nowadays, it's looked on more favorably, but it really does suck. It's because Alola is a laughing stock at first. I mean, it's very, very slow as well. That's something to take into account. And it's not like it's fucking later game slow where it's like, okay, you can just like run around and do shit. Sun and Moon, you were stuck doing the story, you know? And so like the intro being like an hour and a half to 2 hours is like borderline unskippable, you know? And it's tough. Like you're basically reading a book for the first chunk of the game, which is really unfortunate. But like after that, Sun and Moon are very, very good. They're like some of the best Pokemon games out there, for being honest, right? And Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is just so much better. And honestly, I'd probably do that, low key. I'd say you skip Sun and Moon and just play Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. You know, straight up. Like if Ultra Sun, like, and by the way, this is 100% my, like, this is not a hot take. This is just the take, right? This is the coldest take ever. If Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, right, was released, let's say instead of Legends ZA, they released Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, right? It would be deemed one of the best Pokemon games fucking ever. It just would. Like, if they just made everything the same, right? And it's just Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. It would be deemed one of the best Pokemon games ever, and I think people who disagree with that are weird. Only Pokemon games I haven't played are X and Y and Sun and Moon, including Ultras. I highly recommend you play X and Y because it's a very quick, easy game, a lot of fun, right? And then I also recommend playing Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon because it is incredible. Every other game I've at least touched. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon are absolutely goated games. They're so good. Like they're must plays. Like genuinely, they're must play Pokemon games. Like I can't think of a downside to playing Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, because like they also have like they introduced more Ultra Beasts, and Ultra Beasts are really, really cool Pokemon. And plus, Ultra Necrozma is probably the hardest single boss in the entire history of Pokemon. It probably is. If it's not, it's like up there, but I'd say it is. It's probably the hardest boss, like, if not the hardest boss fight, the hardest like single boss fight, which was like just one Pokemon. It is unbelievably good. Hang on, let me go steal Ultra Sun from Connor real quick. No, yeah, straight up. You should just play it. Play it. Play it. It is an incredible game. Once you get past like the intro, it's an incredible game. Straight up. It's so fucking good. Alright, next is Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. Yeah, they're okay. They're okay. Do I think they're better than I'd probably do that. Yeah, they're okay. They're very, very different. I didn't play it at a release because I hated Lola. You're fucking crazy. Like, Lola's great. Lola's in a beautiful region. I love Lola. But yeah, so Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are very different games, right? And they're very easy, and you gotta use the Joy-Con. But it is a very different Pokemon experience, and I think it's worth going for that experience, you know? I was about to throw hands if you put it in Buff called Sulfur. Hey, don't tempt me. Do not tempt me. I will do it. I'll fucking do it. But in all seriousness, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are fine games. I think people who hate on them too much are fucking weird. Like you're generally just weird. I think I understand people's like hate of it initially, where it's like they were worried that they're gonna change the like how Pokemon's like made, right? And I think if Pokemon went down the road of being all Let's Go games, then legitimately it would have like probably killed the franchise. Scanning for your IP address as we speak. But legitimately, I think if Game Freak did stick to the Let's Go mechanics, right, where it's just like, oh hey, you throw with the Joy-Con, then I think unironically the Pokemon would have died. You know? Did I miss something? Nah, you're chilling. But yeah, like it's fine. Like I think people shit on Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee too much. But like graphically speaking, it looks really good. It feels really good to play. Flying around's pretty fun. Going from route to route, shiny hunting is also like a pretty decent experience. Like the chain catching is very, very good. And not to mention the animation. Like people are like talking about modern day Pokemon being like bad animated, right? And that's for the most part kind of true. But like when you encounter Zapdos, Mewtwo, oh my god, it's incredible. Like it's absolutely incredible. Like it's beautifully made. So like people shouldn't know it too much. Like if you haven't played it, it's probably worth trying. But like then at the same time, you're not missing much. You know. Information on Carb, name Chase, age 25, country United States of America. True. Those are all correct. My whole thing was when the Pokemon anime went from XYZ to Sun and Moon, it felt like a joke, so I didn't like it. I love Lola now. That's fair. That's fair. Because it's very different, right? They had very different like perspectives on that. But the Sun and Moon anime gets really, really dark. Like Guzma, when he like gets serious, oh my god, that guy's vicious. Like that dude is actually kind of spooky, legitimately. Don't say hold up, I got a stream to do. All right. Next is your legal name isn't Carb. That's a story for another day. Anyway. So, next is Pokemon Sword and Shield. They're fine. How the fuck am I supposed to figure out? Pokemon Sword and Shield are fine. They're fine games. They're okay. They're okay games. I don't like this information. What about like about my name? What's wrong with my fucking name? My name's pretty poggers. What the fuck, man? I thought my name was pretty cool. Anyway, Sword and Shield are like the big issue with Sword and Shield. No, it is a really good. Shut up. The big issue with Sword and Shield is that you're basically just going up the entire time, right? Playing Shield right now, hell yeah. And honestly, I recommend playing Shield right now because if you're able to transfer over like Zamazenta's better than Zacian in the current VGC format, but that's going to change pretty soon because we're about to get Gen 10 coming up. Anyway, plus Pokemon Champions. in Sword and Shield, Zacian is better than Zamazenta. Like, it's not even fucking close. Like, Zamazenta's borderline unusable in Sword and Shield, but in Scarlet and Violet, Zamazenta's actually really fucking good. Anyway, because a big issue with Sword and Shield is that you're basically just going up the entire time, right? And so it just feels weird, you know. You're basically going ping 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 ping. You know, you're doing shoots and ladders type shit. But he's Zacian and Zamazenta are both girls, so peep that shit. Also, you can't get Carb's address because he won't ever tell you. Or I mean, VPNs don't really work, and I can educate people coming about that soon, but yeah. So the legendaries are really cool. I think the DLCs are fine-ish, right? I need to replay them. I think that'll probably be a good video. But if we're being honest, like, they also introduce some of the most bullshit broken Pokemon ever, and I think that's a bad thing, right? So, like, because with Calyrex, Shadow, and Ice Rider, they're some of the best Pokemon ever made, and then you have, and they're DLC mons too, by the way. So it's not like they're base legendaries; they're DLC mons. And then you also have Urshifu, who is probably also again one of the best Pokemon ever. I think that's a problem, having the DLC mons be so incredibly broken. You know, I think that's a bad thing. But at the same time, you know, Game Freak's got to sell stuff. You know, but the story for Sword and Shield is basically summed up to: Guy is afraid that the future might be bad, so therefore we must be bad now. And it's like, what? Like he wants to get Eternatus, right? Because Eternatus is like unlimited energy, right? And so he wants to use it as like a battery to like solve the Galar energy crisis. But that wouldn't happen for like, I think it's like thousands of years or something. I don't remember. They say something crazy. Leon, my goat, dude. Leon actually is fucking insane. Leon was one of the strongest champions, right? Hands down, one of the tougher fights, and he's actually really cool. And Leon is a huge like boon, like a big positive to Sword and Shield. But like Sword and Shield has a ton of negatives. You know, it introduced the Dexit thing where it's like, oh, they aren't allowing all the bonds in, which originally I was really upset about, right? But now looking back on it, it's like, okay, yeah, this is not a big deal. Like we were being overdramatic kids about it, you know? Because I don't remember how old I was when Sword and Shield was coming out, but I remember being actually like upset, you know. But like I was also a kid, so who cares, you know? Nowadays it's fine. I think it's fine. It makes balancing easier, you know. But when you're going to slowly add things, it like kind of negates the purpose. I don't know. The fact of oh, you let Met Leon's act? That's kind of sick. Hell yeah, that's cool. The issue with Sword right now is that there's too many Pokemon to choose from for my team. That's actually, dude. Oh, my lobster's too buttery. Oh. That is also an issue I do have with Sword and Shield. Also, is it doesn't really commit to being either you're under the grass or you get the mons in the overworld. I wish it would just commit, right? You know, but then again, like you had to walk before you can run, and that was the start of getting Scarlet and Violet, you know, and Pokemon games from there, you know. So I think ultimately ended up being fine. I think some of the overworld Pokemon being too high level was kind of stupid, but other than that, it was fine. You know, like Sword and Shield are fine games. I think they're pretty okay. I think they're drowned out too much by Team Yell as well. Team Yell's fucking ass, and I think the games would have been saved with voice acting because you have that scene with the Dark Gym leader just fucking. What are we doing here? Oh man. Also, Sobble's bad. Sobble's like one of the worst starters as well. That also is a negative for Sword and Shield. Also had a hard time picking my starter. They're all poo-poo IMO besides Score Bunny, but I had never picked Fire Sword. So Score Bunny is very, very good. You know what else is really, really good? Rillaboom. People pick no, yeah. If you pick Sobble, you're fucking weird. Like Sobble's actually so bad. It's like the second worst starter Pokemon. I'm not even kidding. It's so bad. At least it gets Sniper. It gets Terra Ice Sniper Ice Beam, I guess. But honestly, Rillaboom is the best grass type starter ever. Unironically, I hate a Grass Monkey. Well, joke's on you. He's incredibly goated. He's incredible. He's an incredible fucking Pokemon. Genuinely, he's so fucking good. He's for sure the best Galar starter, at least in VGC. For the playthrough, you probably go Score Bunny though. For the playthrough, I think Score Bunny kind of fucks everything up. Anyway, up next, baby. Scarlet and Violet. No, I know. I just don't like this. Yeah, start crying. Cry more. Cry more. Cry more. All right, Scarlet and Violet, baby. Now, here's the thing, right? With the update that fixed Scarlet and Violet, I genuinely think these games are so much better than what they were. Because a big issue with Scarlet and Violet is that it would like lag and bug out sometimes, right? And I'm not talking about the fucking pre-launch patch where people were like fucking have their eyes pop out, or people were like glitching around, their arms are fucking flying through the body and shit, or like they're stretching out long. You know, that wasn't supposed to happen, right? We weren't not supposed to get those. I don't think those count. Now, what does count is the lag. Like, people were having like hours of playtime basically effectively gone because the game timer would lag while you were lagging. So if you're playing for 4 hours, the game would think you're playing for like 3, you know? And so that's a problem. I think that's bad. But that's basically fixed now. And Scarlet Violet, even with the lag, was unbelievably fun to play. These games are fucking great. Actually, I'd probably do that, yeah. Scarlet Violet's fucking great. Genuinely. It's some of the best fucking Pokemon games. Like, it generally is. The story is incredible. Being able to effectively choose your own adventure is also great. Now, if you want to like finish the game, you gotta do all 3 little things, right? You gotta do all 3 of the storylines. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved playing Scarlet Violet, but it runs like poo poo. That's true. That's 100% true. When originally it ran like shit. It ran very, very poorly. Now it's actually pretty good, genuinely. Like, it low key might be worth going back and replaying the game because it runs better now. But that's a lot of stuff to play through. But still, Scarlet Violet they're great games. The legendaries are really, really cool, especially since you get them from the start, and you basically have like this little bond with your bike. And it's like, dude, I love these guys. Like, dude, my boy, like my boy, Electric Bike Man, Maridon, is so good, man. I love him, dog. Maridon's so cool, and he's a little broken. Maridon is a little broken, but so is Crydon, and so are the Paradox mons. Like, a lot of mons in Scarlet Violet are really fucking broken. Like, they're I love Scarlet Violet. They're very, very good. Let me tell you, playing Scarlet Violet on my Scarlet Violet OLED Switch had me feel so powerful. You fucking nerd. But out of the 2 games, I played Scarlet. I'd probably recommend Violet. No. I played Violet. I'd recommend Scarlet probably for the Pokemon, because I think the Pokemon selection of Scarlet's better. But Violet is the one I played, and Maridon is better than Crydon, so eat shit. Dude, but for real, like, these games are great. Oh, the characters are great. Nimona is incredible. Like, Penny is great. Arven's great. The final battle is also great. Minus the scripted legendary fight. That was kind of lame. But everything else is good. I genuinely, I think once you get the lag out of the way, the games are incredible. Genuinely. When I'm playing Shield now, I'm gonna pick up the sword and Shield Switch Lite now. You fucking, like, save your money for other shit, like Legend ZA. Or a Switch 2. Arceus is goated. We're gonna get to Arceus. Right? At the time being, right? Also, by the way, if you don't have Switch 2, get yourself Switch 2. It is so much better than the Switch. Holy fuck. Anyway. Pokemon, Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl. I want you guys to guess. Where I might possibly be putting Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I just want like one person to guess where I could be putting Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I want like a guess. I want at least one guess. You okay? We got one we got one okay. We got one one okay. All right. Parky, I hated it. That's fair. I didn't stream this game. If I did, I would have forced myself to keep playing. I did eventually complete it on my own time. But if we're being real, this game is a fat skip. It is, and by the way, this is my opinion, right? It is probably the worst Pokemon game out there. I did not finish it. It's worthwhile to finish for Cynthia. Like, the Elite Four in Cynthia and the rematches are very, very difficult. And I think that is a big W. That's a big W for these games. But, dude, like, it's buggy. It's not painfully slow. It feels slow. The Underground's incredible. I love the Underground. The Underground's the best part. Straight up. I loved the Underground. Um, that's about it. Because the issue with like, and the reason why Oraz is the best Pokemon remake, right, is because it gives you a reason to play the remake over the original, right? But it might not entirely replace the original. BDSP tries to replace the original, but doesn't do it well. The positive of BDSP is you could probably beat BDSP faster than Diamond and Pearl. Just because Diamond and Pearl is like a slower engine. But that does not mean you're having more fun. It just doesn't. I was drawn in by the chibi style at first. Oh my god, sucks poop. I mean, the chibi style is fine. I think people hated on chibi style too much. Like, some people, like... Because I think it's fine. Some people hated it. Like, I think the chibi styles are okay. Like, I don't care. Like, I think Chibi Cyrus is funny, and I think people who got overly mad about it were just weird. So skip BDSP and go with a BDSM. That's funny. Oh, dude. I mean, that would be better than BDSP, for being real. Oh my god, dude. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, and also what's crazier about BDSP is that it was produced by a game, or it was produced by a game company called Ilka. And Ilka actually makes pretty solid games. So I don't know what the fuck went wrong with BDSP. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. You know what it is? I'll say it one more time. It's tough. You can get a Manaphy, though. So if you were missing out on Manaphy for whatever reason, you can get in BDSP. However, you also get that in Arceus, which we're about to talk right now. Pokemon Legends Arceus is fucking goated. This thing is incredible. Pokemon Legends Arceus is goated. I think people who disagree with that are weird. This game's incredible. This game's great. There aren't a lot of things that I want to go back in time and re-experience again. But playing Legend Arceus for the first time might be one of them. Genuinely. Like, playing Legends Arceus for the first time was like, dude, I felt like a little kid in like a candy shop, and all the candy was free. And there was also video games there. And then the animals were there for like the petting zoo. That was cool. But yeah, Arceus is incredible. I love Arceus. Pokemon Legends Arceus is incredible. If you have not played Pokemon Legends Arceus, you should play it right now. It's so good. There's not much else to talk about it. I think a drawback to it is that it's a very long intro. But after that, you're good. I sent you a cute video to look at later. I'll look at it right now. That's not true. I'll look at it later. Anyway. Yeah, like, Pokemon Legends Arceus is great. Like, I think a con of Legends Arceus is that if you're playing the game linearly, right? Then you'll have to go back and catch mons in order to get, like, your star upgrades so you can keep progressing the game. I think that's the only con of it, if I'm being real. And also the intro. The intro's pretty tough. I think ZA is great, but not goated. We're about to find out. Because I need to think about this, right? So Legends ZA, right? Is also a very, very good game, right? This game is very, very good. The Rogue Megas are very, very cool. The characters are great. The climax is very impactful. Obviously, it does not compare to Arceus, because I think Arceus' climax and like dealing with Valo is like, oh my god, so much better in my opinion. Because like the thing with like the goated, is it just great or is it goated? That's because like also the story of Legends ZA is incredible. And this one's tough. This one's tough because like here's the thing: ZA is either here or it's here, right? It is here or it's here. You know? Borderline, like that's the thing. Like if I had like great plus, goated minus, then I think it might go there. So am I? What? I talk about great but not goated? Actually, low-key, I need to think of the YouTube comments, right? Because there are people who absolutely hate this game. Never mind, Carb. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, I'm putting ZA into goated because I think it'll be funny for the YouTube comments. And not to mention, I thoroughly enjoyed this game. Like I thought it was very, very good. Like I recommend ZA. Like I think something to take into account, right? With goated, I can recommend these games, right? And not feel weird. You're still gonna be flames gonna be hilarious? Probably Loki. I might get flames. It might be hilarious, but my opinion with Goda, right? Like I can recommend these games, and I don't feel bad about it, right? Great. I feel basically the same way, but I also need to keep in mind who I'm talking to, right? Good. It's like, like I think they should have played a few Pokemon games before. Okay, they gotta like, maybe they're just getting back into Pokemon. Anything and below is like not worth it. I think they hate it because it's not standing still, turn-based like older Pokemon games. That's definitely part of it. And that's fair. Like personally, I think as a concept, I do enjoy thinking more about my moves, right? And then acting on said moves. But usually that's like more of a competitive thing, right? In game, you're not really doing that too much, you know? That's not really the whole thing you're doing too much. Unless you're fighting bosses, right? And with ZA, you have to like react more. Like there's more reaction. And I think reacting more and getting punished for your mistakes, I think people don't like being punished for their mistakes as much. Because Pokemon is one of those games where it's like, it's very easy not to be punished, but you can still fuck up and not get destroyed, right? But with ZA, if you like fuck up and get punished, you just get boned. You know, and I think that's a very solid difficulty curve. And I like the map of ZA. I like the bosses. I like the characters. I can fix Jacynth, I promise, Mom. I agree with most of the tier list. Cough Heart Gold, so Silver Coffee. It's like OG Final Fantasy. Is that 7? Yeah, 7 versus the remakes. That's basically the way to put it. That's a good way to put it. I mean, because like I do like turn-based combat. Like I think I probably prefer turn-based combat over the run around and let's press buttons shit with like the cooldowns, like from fucking Xenoblade. But I also really do enjoy the combat system. You know, like I think it just depends on what I'm doing, because like my personal thought process is so everyone's ZA's character designs. I'm so jelly. No, yeah, like I love the customization of ZA. It's so good. Like there's so many positives in ZA. Like I think there's too many positives in ZA for me to say that this game isn't at least great. You know, like there are cons with it, but that's also every single Pokemon game. Like straight up, you can look through every single Pokemon game ever and find a flaw in it that's like, oh my god, this game sucks. Like you legitimately could. You could. Pokemon's just jank. Can you see the party poppers on stream yet? Not yet. I didn't have time to set up the windowed mode thing. That'll be next stream. Next stream we'll be able to do it. Because next stream we'll be starting a little later. But yeah, next stream we'll be able to see party poppers. I promise. I promise you, Paka. But yeah, so yeah, there's the list of all the Pokemon games. All right. I don't think y'all are ready. Boop, hell yeah. Otay. I don't think y'all are ready for the next tier list. I don't think y'all are ready. I don't think y'all are ready for the next tier list. I don't think y'all are ready. I pressed the nuclear button, Carb. Oh, fuck. Oh, actually, I need to organize these guys real quick. There we go. There we go. We got to organize our boys. I have to remember, like, what order everything came in. Hold on. There we go. I think I just initiated a nuke. What the fuck? Oh, wait. You said you initiated a nuke, and I hear police sirens outside. Oh, you know nothing about Pikmin? You're about to learn a lot about Pikmin. I love Pikmin. Pikmin's a game everyone should play at least one of the versions of. And. Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4 is getting an update tomorrow. So that's gonna be fucking great. Or it should be tomorrow. It might not be tomorrow, it might be later. Who knows? Who told the police I pressed the button? That's an excellent question. I think they just knew. They were watching you. Alright. Dude, get out of your ad. Oh my god. I fucking... Oh man, Tier Maker's getting bad with these ads. Like, holy shit. Alright. All I know is that their stupid voices say Pikmin over and over again. They go like... Meow, 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 wow. You know, it's like... I can't go high enough currently right now. I think normally I could. Type shit. Alright, we're gonna hop into it. Let me click start recording now. So I can, like, edit these before I sleep. Alright. Now, we're ranking Pikmin by how good they do in Pikmin 4, right? And there's no Ochi here, because Ochi is broken. Ochi basically invalidates so many Pikmin, but we're only doing the Pikmin, and this is in comparison to themselves, right? And nothing else. Hello, princess. All right, and we're gonna start in order of which they were introduced into the Pikmin series, starting off with the red Pikmin. And red Pikmin are solid. Actually, hold on, I need to actually talk about the tiers. All right, so we got broken. Motherfucker's broken. We got solid. They're solid. We got, yeah, they're okay, I guess. Yeah, they're pretty good, but you could probably use something else. Really, it's like, why'd you bring it? Like, why? Then we got bruh, which is like, these are just downright negative. And then MIA, which we'll get to MIA coming up. I'm gonna see if there's a free solid, but you, what the fuck? All right. Starting off with red Pikmin. Red Pikmin. Oh my god. They're solid. Yeah. Spoiler alert. They're solid. They do a lot of damage. And since all Pikmin and Pikmin 4 are faster than previous games, Carp, I'm being arrested in your live chat. All it means sucks to suck, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Oh yeah. So red Pikmin are solid. They do very, very well. They're, when in doubt, you can use a red Pikmin, you know? And they put in work. You know, and plus them being able to carry the fire starters, like the flaming pine cones, is also a huge buff. Straight up. Like, they're very, very good. You can't go wrong using red Pikmin. And then we got yellow Pikmin. Yeah, their throw height is not as good as it used to be. Or I should say it's the same, but it's not as useful, right? Like, there's not a whole lot of stuff, like, up high. And when there is, you can use Ochi to bonk it down. So that's unfortunate. I agree. Why is red Pikmin solid? You see, I was just talking about it. You know, they do very solid damage. You know, and fire is a very common hazard. Yeah, fire is a very common hazard. So, you know, that helps you use red Pikmin more. Yeah. Wait, one more time. I'm not saying it again. Yellow Pikmin. Their throw height is not as useful because Ochi just bonks things down. You know, run into a wall, bonk things down. Their digging speed's great, though. But everything else also digs a little faster. But since white Pikmin got nerfed and everyone else got buffed in that everyone could see underground, yellow Pikmin mine stuff basically instantly. But they're just kind of like okay, because electricity isn't as powerful as it was in Pikmin 2, and it's obviously it can kill your Pikmin now, but they need to increase the kill speed for it to be worth it using yellows more often, you know? Because like it's about the same as being lit on fire, right? But your Pikmin don't move, right? You get zapped and you fall backwards, but you can still whistle in time. So it's like, why bother? There's a white Pikmin? Yes, there is. I have too much to be bothered with the rest of somebody or some creature. Some creature, that's crazy. What's a superpower? Privilege? You're gonna find out what the fuck the white Pikmin do. Yeah, like yellow Pikmin, they're okay, I guess. Then we got blue Pikmin. And blue Pikmin are weird because they kind of get like outpaced by like ice Pikmin. But they can dive. That's cool. But like that's about it. They're also okay, I guess. They don't do particularly well. And they never will do well in terms of combat. Because if you make them too strong, then you just kind of break them, right? So it's awkward. Like blue Pikmin can never have like a combat advantage or like a throwing advantage. Like maybe in the water they can like maybe attack faster in the future, but like it's unfortunate. They don't do anything incredibly well besides go underwater, you know? And water's great to deal with in one area, and that's about it. Well, technically like 3, but whatever. Then we got the Puffman. Look at the Puffman. He's got a mushroom on his head, and he's a little purple, and he's got the mushroom, and he's... Bruh. For those of you who do not know, in Pikmin 1, there's there's an enemy called the Puffstool. He was later introduced in Pikmin 4, but he was nerfed in Pikmin 4. But in Pikmin 1, he would release these spores. He couldn't do any damage, but what he could do, he could like control Pikmin, turn them into little mushroom men, the Puffmen, and they'd run around and beat you up. And they dealt pretty okay damage, too. And that's it. You know, there's like a bug in Pikmin 1 where you can like whistle the Puffman and have them be Puffman, but they would end up reverting back to the original Pikmin, or they just end up dying and stuff, you know. So it's like it's unfortunate. But yeah, these guys are obviously brought. They're obviously negatives. Wait, why do they have leaves on others don't? So it's like flower shit. I can explain that in a second. I thought that was an acorn, Loki. I can see it. But yeah, this is a mushroom. There's a mushroom. But Pikmin have certain stages in their life cycle, right? You know, the leaves are like how they pop out. They have like a bud where it's like the in-between stage to get a little faster, you know? And the flowers were like the fastest. They're able to do things proficiently, you know. And yeah, that's about it. You want your Pikmin to be flowers. You always want them to be flowers, but they can be deflowered. But that's a topic for later. All right. Anyway, next is the purple Pikmin. The purple Pikmin. This is just his head. We only have the head of the purple Pikmin. That's all we could afford. We couldn't afford any other part of his body. We were very broke right now. Yeah, they're broken. Oh, so the red one can have... Yeah, the red one can, in fact, have a leaf. The purple Pikmin are broken. They do a lot of damage. They do the same amount of damage as a red Pikmin, but they have the impact damage, which is very, very good. And they have just stronger lifting capabilities. So rather than being able to carry one thing at a time, they have the capacity to carry 10, right? So yeah, you only need you only need one purple Pikmin to carry something sometimes. Sometimes you need a little more, but if something requires 100 lifting power or more, you need purples. So yeah, need a little thing. These guys are broken. They're incredible. Great for combat, great for carrying. Wonderful. In comes the white Pikmin. And so, since Pikmin as a whole are faster and everyone can dig, right? Everyone has like X-ray vision, because back in Pikmin 2, white Pikmin had the X-ray vision. They could see underground. That's not a thing anymore. All Pikmin have that now. It's unfortunate, but they're still pretty good. Because like their speed is incredible, right? Which all Pikmin are faster, but white Pikmin are so much faster, they're so good at carrying, right? You basically set them on like a pile of gold, and you just kind of forget about it, and they just finish, and they're done instantly, you know? So you didn't have like more numbers to do other things, you know? You don't need that many white Pikmin to deal with a pile of nuggets, you know? Because they just deal with the pile of nuggets so much faster than every other Pikmin type. And plus, like, being able to carry fast is good. Like, they're just so fast. The only efficient way to deal with poison hazards that aren't Ochi, risking losing a purple Pikmin or globe Pikmin. But, you know, that's not that crazy. They just don't do that much damage. Like, they got nerfed back in Pikmin 3 to do, like, half a damage compared to, like, everyone else doing, like, 1 damage, 1.5, 1.5, and with the splash damage. Like, they're just weak as hell. But they're not designed for combat. They can just run around. Goddamn, I hate these stupid budget cuts. Oh, they're fucking terrible. But, yeah, white Pikmin are, they're like, okay, I guess, you know? Like, when they're really good, they're incredible, right? But when they're kind of they don't really do a whole lot. You know, but I do like white Pikmin, just because they make the game so much faster. Low-key, I'm gonna buff them up. Fuck it, they're solid. They're solid. People get mad in the comments, I don't care. They're solid. Alright, then we got the Bulbmin. He's MIA. He's not in Pikmin 4. So basically what the Bulbmin used to do is, you would find a mother Bulbmin, and then you would kill her. And if she had any babies with her, you would whistle the babies, and now you got Bulbmin on your squad. And so what you would do with the Bulbmin is you'd use them to take out hazards, because they would do the same damage as, like, a yellow or a blue Pikmin, right? Just same 1 damage. But they're immune to all hazards, right? So you would just, like, take out... Sorry, there's a cat trying to get into my room. She's digging under the door. Alright, whatever. But they're immune to all hazards, right? So they would just take out electricity for you. They take out the fire. They do all of it, right? They're immune to everything, minus explosions and being crushed. No, yeah, you love them. Like, everybody loves the Bulbmin. Like if someone walks up to you and says, "Hey, yo, I hate the Bulbmin," right? Then that's the one you get away from. Your headphones are missing? Nah, they're right here. They're fine. They're fine. I just took them off. But yeah, like Bulbmin were incredible. Like, if they were in Pikmin 4, they'd probably be like here, maybe. But you know, I'm putting them MIA because I think it's funny having them be MIA. Because obviously the Puffman is also MIA, but I know people talk about it, so we're doing that. The Rock Pikmin, like, really, dog? The Rock Pikmin are able to break crystals and glass and such because they're rocks. But they aren't good at anything else. Their one niche is, for some reason, when you use charge, the charge mechanic, is it's broken, right? So if you have enough rock Pikmin, they do their damage all at once, right? So you just send out a charging of a bunch of rock Pikmin, and you basically one-shot so many things, right? And that's good, but like then you have to bring around a bunch of rock Pikmin, and they don't do anything else. Like, they're not immune to anything besides crushing. You know, they're not particularly fast. You know, latching onto things is difficult because they just bounce off enemies, so you have to charge all the time. You know, it's like you don't have like any sense of you don't have like variety with it. You know, it's unfortunate, but you don't really have variety with them. All right, next, the winged Pikmin, and it's also like, really, dog, really. These guys are probably the worst Pikmin type in the game because they fucked up their pathfinding. So what winged Pikmin used to do is they used to fly around, and they'd be able to fly over water. They'd be able to cheese lifting puzzles. They'd be able to get stuff faster. You know, they're able to avoid enemies because they're flying. A bunch of cool shit, right? Honestly, winged Pikmin used to be unbelievably broken, and then Pikmin 4 said, "Nah." And I think part of the reason why they're so bad is because they're also you find them later, and so it's like, damn, that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Um, because like you only get like 10 of them originally, and you get like another 10 later on, so you have like 20-ish, I think. It might only be 15. I could be mistaken, but you don't get their onion until effectively the end of the game, so you can't even like grow a reasonable supply of them. Because if you could just like have like hell, even if you had like 50 of them, they might low key be actually better, you know? Because they're solid carriers, but that's only if they're able to pathfind. And usually they can't pathfind. You know, they take the same path as all the other Pikmin, but then what's the point? You have wings. Go over the fucking water. They don't go over the water. Like, what's the point? Like, blue Pikmin go through the water, white Pikmin are faster at going the path, like the path that the wing Pikmin would take normally. So it's like, what, why even bother? Like, what are we doing? Alright, next is Ice Pikmin, and these guys are fucking insanely good. Ice Pikmin are broken. They're little ice cubes. So they freeze water. They don't do a lot of damage, but in Pikmin 2, there was a spray called the Ultra Bitter Spray, and you would spray spray an enemy with it, and it would become a rock. It would become it would just become a giant rock, and you could beat on the rock, and then once it broke, it would release like nectar and like sprays and such, right? You know, very, very broken. The bitter spray was absolutely broken. So the ice Pikmin do the same thing. So you throw an ice Pikmin onto an enemy, you start punching, you start beating the shit out of it, right? And it'll develop a ring around its health bar that's blue. And once that little health bar like reaches the end, it freezes the enemy. And then you just beat the shit out of the enemy. Ice Pikmin are broken. They're absolutely insane. They're so good. And since like that mechanic of itself like makes them unbelievably broken. You know, like you just stop an enemy in its tracks. You can't do anything. And last but not least, glow Pikmin. Yeah, they're fine. Honestly, I'd say they're solid. They're very easy to farm, but you can't use them in the overworld, which sucks. You're stuck to caves and nighttime. And since you're stuck to caves and nighttime, it's like they're super restricted, you know. Similar to Bulbmin, but at least Bulbmin were like cool. Glow Pikmin, like, not as much. I'm gonna go get ready. See y'all next week. Catch you later. And so the Glow Pikmin, they're a neat little concept, right? And they have this like they can turn into an energy ball. If you know energy ball from Pokemon, it's called the Glow Mob. They turn into a Glow Mob. And they go out and they stun enemies. They do a ton of damage. But like it just sucks that they're only restricted in night times and caves. You know, like they'd be better if you could like use them like during the overworld, just in super limited quantities, because they could be broken. But like you have to do a night fish mission to farm them. You know, it's not like you can go do a thing and you just like you collect a fucking pellet and boom, you got more. You know, it's unfortunate, but they're still very, very good. They're very useful into the final boss fight, like incredibly good in the final boss fight. The only issue is that similar to all these Pikmin, they die to gloom, like the Smoky Prog and the Ancient Sirehound spew out the smog called gloom, and that instantly kills Pikmin. So while glow Pikmin are resistant to all, or they're immune to all the immunities everything else does have, right? Like freezing, they're not immune to squishing, unfortunately, like being crushed like with rock Pikmin. But they can swim. But yeah, like honestly, this is the list, yeah. Not much else to do it, yeah. This is the Pikmin list. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's good job. We did 3 tier lists today. That's gonna be 3 videos. That's going to be 3 videos. Who's hyped for 3 videos? That are gonna be probably pretty simple stuff. I don't know. But there is a Lethal Company video I'm trying to get out. That's gonna be cool. And a Balatro video. And then with Pikmin, we're gonna play through the entirety of that game, and then we're gonna start off on a new playthrough, which I have the thing I want to use for that Pokemon playthrough, but it's over there, and I don't want to grab it right now. It's gonna be very, very cool. You'll be like, "Damn, dog, this is the greatest. This is the greatest idea we've ever had." Hopefully, Pikmin 4 actually gets like substantially harder, because I think that'd be a very solid video if it's like, "Oh, hey, this game's harder now." But yeah, there's not really much else I got planned for tonight. So unless anyone has like some crazy like questions or comments or concerns or anything, we're probably gonna end stream there. Yeah, cause I ain't got anything else. Yeah, and that's good. That's gonna be end of the stream. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I need to figure out like an outro for these things, where I click a button and it's just like it's like a bunch of like Gmod characters doing the Macarena or something, you know, being like, "Hey yo, it's the end of the stream," stream, you know, shit like that. I think low-key that could be pretty funny. Yeah, that's it. We're ending stream there. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, you. Goodbye. I felt a muscle in my hand twitch. Guys, I think I might be dying. Let's say goodbye. Goodbye.